Varski and Monze. Get everything popping the way that we need to. Because
what's cracking?
We back.
You know this.
So this your boy Varski and Giannis, and I'm still here with the Cuzzo, the one and only
Monze. You know this, man.
So welcome to another episode of Power Up Podcast with me and your boy Monze. And honestly, Cuzzo, it's been a hell of a week. All right, what have you been seeing? What have you been seeing?
Man, I've seen a lot of stuff cracking, like a lot of stuff in sports, a lot of stuff in entertainment, a lot of social issues, people not feeling like they're being fairly untreated, melanated people not feeling like they're not fairly untreated out there. A lot of different stuff, but you know how we do. We stay positive, we stay focused, you know, we stay consistent.
That way we have here, and we can just help y'all.
Power up.
Uh-huh.
I gotta really fix that delay. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's okay. All right. You know what's funny? I'm sitting there. You were saying it just now, and what I'm going to say right now, ladies and gentlemen. In this realm, in history, we get to see some things that just don't even belong the way you say it, the way you speak it. There's no words that can describe anything that takes place. Conversations that are had previously are used to describe certain things, and everything you hear and you say is basically undervaluing the conversation, period. Because there's nothing in this world that anyone has ever seen that is like what I'm getting ready to say right now. You know what it is. Philadelphia, congratulations. You have LeBron James.
Shout out to Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes. Good job, Philly. You have the king. You have the king. You have. They didn't respect him out there, but you got him. That's all he wanted was brotherly love, and now he's there. This is what you guys talk about. This is what you guys bring. Yes.
Wow.
I've never seen this before. This is a really long applause. This is a really long cheer.
Well deserves. A lot of teams were in the runnings. In case you never heard as yet, LeBron James joining the 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal.
Wow.
That's huge for the NBA.
That is huge for the NBA. That's huge for the 76ers. You got him at a discount.
And the thing is, Eastern Conference is going to be wild.
Ooh, it's LeBron season again.
Yeah, and, shout out to Philly. It's kind of interesting. You know, I know people were talking about Cleveland. People were talking about Miami. People were talking about Philly was in the conversation, but it wasn't like the forefront. You know what I'm saying? But
I heard they were talking about it. I heard they were very big on it. I think what's his name, Bob Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I heard them talking about that. I thought he would have ended up in Golden State.
That was a big talk too, because I know him and Draymond are good friends, and it was a high possibility.
And he loves playing with Steph.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would have been something. I'm excited to see where this takes him.
It's wild. Well, okay. You got Joel Embiid. You got Jaylen Brown. You got Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
And now you got LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. You got a whole four. And the thing about it is that people are looking like LeBron needs to have the ball in his hand. LeBron has been trying to play off the ball for the past, 10 years?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm definitely excited for the 2026-2027 NBA season.
Man, jerseys were sold out in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, I seen that. A lot of LeBron fans, have jumped the boat, and now they're on the Philly bandwagon. And let's see where it takes us.
You know what? That's the thing you say. Said they're not. I don't know if they're on the Philly bandwagon. I think they're fans of Philly now because that's where their guy is going. Right?
True.
And the way that I'm seeing this right now, like Adam Silver, if you can hear us out, or Rich Paul, if you can hear this out, right? Now this is just an idea, right? Right. But what if instead of selling season tickets to games, we sold season tickets to players, right?
That'd be wild.
Like think about it, right? Oh,
That's what
right?
that's what the fans go for. They want to see their favorite player play. You know,
Right, so-
jersey sales, seat sales is based on I'm gonna get to watch this guy play tonight.
Right. And you can get rid of that whole rhetoric of he stayed with one team. I don't care where you go. That's my guy. We're gonna follow him everywhere. Right? We got season tickets to the LeBron James show. No matter where it is. Where's he going? To LA? Cool. I got my season ticket. We got a section for LeBron James fans. Right? And and no matter where you go, whether it be LA, whether it be Philly, whether it be Cleveland, whether it be New Orleans, Miami, there's a LeBron James section. And no matter what it is, that section is always sold out every year because you have LeBron James season tickets.
That'd be dope. And then you could always follow your favorite player wherever they
Oh
went.
man.
Actually, speaking of that, I was listing off some players that are playing for the 76ers this year, but I just seen Caldwell Pope. He waived his deal with Memphis, and he's going to be joining the 76ers on a 1-year contract. So they're going to have some guys coming off the bench, too. Like, the East is going to be serious. We talked about Toronto. They're going to have Kawhi Leonard over there with Scotty Barnes. And then also you got Miami with Giannis, that new addition with Bam Adebayo. The East is gonna be pretty crazy, and the West is his own world. So
Man, I'm looking at it like once the things start, however it takes place in Philly, right? Because you got 4 bangers inside there. But the thing about it is that you got LeBron, who is like he's like Phil Jackson.
yeah,
Right? He's the Zen master. He's gonna figure out ways to put it all together and say, okay, when you come over here and do this, you ever see like Iman Shumpert? Shump was talking about it the other day. He said the biggest thing I learned about LeBron is that LeBron will say, let me show you, this is why you're going to do this. I like the way you do this. Right? So when you do this and this person's going to do this, I'm going to do this. Mm-hmm. And then when he does this again, I'm going to do this. Right? But I want you to stay right here because if he come down this way and this guy come over here, I'm going to throw it to you like this. But if that guy come over here while that guy's coming over here, I'm like, man.
Yeah, they're gonna go crazy in the danger room.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Nick Nurse. He did win a championship with my team, the Raptors.
Oh, yeah.
So they're gonna have all-star coaching over there. So it's gonna be pretty good. I'm just so excited about this new season.
So Nick Nurse won a championship with the Raptors. Mm-hmm. Right? After LeBron went to the West, Kawhi went over to the East. Now Nick Nurse is over in Philly.
Yeah.
You got Bron over there in Philly. Will the return of LeBronto come back?
I seen headlines about that. So will Philadelphia own the Raptors? But the thing is, in the Raptors' defense, they got Kawhi Leonard. They got the Claw over there. So as long as everything gets settled before the starting of the season, and there's none of this, what was that thing they had? That thing that they stopped doing, like resting in games. You got to play every game.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Load management.
Yes, as long as none of that load management stuff is happening this season, which I think has been outlawed, you got to play.
Right.
I don't think it'll be LeBronto because the Claw is gonna put in some work, and Darko, the coach in Toronto, he's pretty heavy duty. Toronto's a heavy defensive team. Also, I think Kyle Lowry, another Philadelphia Philly, he officially retired. He's going to retire with the Raptors, and also he's taking an assistant coach position. So the East is going to be wild. Like certain matchups like Knicks and Philly, Knicks and Toronto, Miami and Knicks, Miami 76ers, Toronto, Miami. Like those matchups, those games, like those Thursday night games, those ESPN games, they're going to be wild.
Well, you know, you know Christmas is going to be Philly Day now.
Yes.
Right.
You know there's
Crazy.
a game in Philly Christmas Day.
It's going to be a great game in Philly Christmas Day. And you know the funny thing about it is that they actually made that yesterday LeBron James Day in Philadelphia.
That is crazy.
They made yesterday
Man.
LeBron James Day in Philadelphia. Right. I was like, golly. I don't think they did that in LA.
We were talking about it. Well, he wasn't accepted he wasn't embraced in LA like how the craze about this Philadelphia signing is.
Which is funny because they didn't like people. They were like, nah, he's not Kobe, but Kobe was getting ready to leave LA too.
Yeah, it's true.
Kobe was on his way to Chicago.
I think what you were saying before is it's kind of like a Dr. J legacy, LeBron signing in Philadelphia, and it's like a 2-year optional. After he could opt out after 1 year, so basically, come this time next year, if it doesn't go the way that they want, LeBron's going to be looking for another team to go to.
Right. Like if he does, but if they win. Right, it's a whole different situation.
Exactly,
right?
They're gonna get more stacked.
Right, Philly looks different now. Right, all of a sudden now you got Jalen Hurts over there with the Eagles, and you got Brown over there with the 76ers. It's a different world now.
Yeah, it's a Philly town now.
It's parades every weekend. I can't believe it, man. It's crazy. I did want to see him with Golden State though. I can't even lie to you.
The Golden State would have been kind of cool.
Oh, man.
Just the California rivalry with the Lakers and San Francisco. That would have been cool. And him teaming up with Steph Curry and Draymond, they have a good relationship. That would have been super cool. But Philly, I think nobody expected Philly. Nobody expected Philly, so that's why it's such a headliner.
I think it's going to be, if they do it right, it'd be funny if it's the Lakers and Philly again. All right, for the finals. If the Lakers can get there, that'd be crazy.
That'd be sick. Right. But I'm hoping, I'm a Raptor fan. I watched them win it all in 2019. I actually went to a game. I went to game 1 in 2019, which was like a bucket list moment. And I'm hoping that with Kawhi back in town, that the Raptors go deep in the playoffs.
That'd be deep, man. Because you think about it, it's like Kawhi's back, right? The last time they actually ended the Golden State dynasty.
Yeah,
right?
And
because I remember
the thing is, you got to go through Philly. With the Raptors, way back. Like it was Vince Carter versus Iverson, and Vince Carter couldn't get over Iverson way back. Then it was the Claw versus Embiid, and Kawhi got over the 4 bounce.
Yeah,
the 4 bounce
man.
on the rim, and that's what got Toronto over. So you got to go through Philly. So it's going to be a matchup, the Raptors and Philadelphia, because they're the same division, and they're going to be like a playoff matchup. So it's going to be serious.
It's going to be masterful, but you know what, though? They're all eyes, and we said it last week, all right? All eyes are going to be back on the East now again, right? Because it's like now you're looking at it like Philadelphia. It's going to be on Philly.
Yeah.
Right. It could have been New York if New York didn't beat San Antonio. But it's going to be all on Philly.
Yeah, the East is going to be wild. And sorry, but don't forget about Detroit. The Pistons have made a crazy comeback in their last 2 seasons. They were the number 1 seed all of last season. It's just they were unfortunate. They didn't have the depth, and I think they got knocked out second round.
But
by New York.
Number 1 seed doesn't seem to last very well on the East Coast very much. Like, if you think about it, right? That's like, because Cleveland was number 1 seed the year before that?
Yeah, and didn't mean nothing.
Didn't mean nothing. Didn't mean a damn thing, right?
It's true.
So
and remember Utah. Remember Utah way back when they had Gobert and they had Donovan Mitchell, and Utah was a team. They were always the number 1 seed, like ahead by like 5 to 10 games all season, but it didn't mean nothing in the playoffs.
Even Sacramento was up there at one point in time, and then it's like, that's where the whole light the beam came from.
Yeah.
It's like light the beam. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be intense, man.
It's crazy, man. But you see it, and just to get back to it, the influence that just this one man has had, like he influences entire culture.
Yes.
Right? So, and this is not glazing. This is basically observing, seeing what's going on.
And the facts are the facts.
The facts are the facts. And to the point where the young man was even like think about it. Kai Cenat transitioned out of his role and did his last streaming show. Right? Who did he have on his last show? LeBron James.
And you were saying LeBron cut his hair, right?
LeBron cut his hair. LeBron cut his hair.
Exactly.
He had LeBron there. He had Zuri there. Right? The team was there. Right? He had everybody there. Right?
And for the people out there who do not know who Kai Cenat is, he's one of the biggest streamers out there on Twitch and YouTube and IG in the world. He has over 20 million followers. So that's pretty big that LeBron was his last big episode before he went off and he started this streamer university, which was a crazy ordeal.
For the people who don't know who Kai Cenat is, I'm going to give you my aunt's number. She sells real estate so she can help you move from under that rock. Right?
If you don't know who that is.
If you have not been paying attention, right, for the past 5 years, this kid has been on fire, currently holds the world record for the most views, right, most streams during a live stream. All right, the guy is amazing, influential. It was to the point where presidential parties wanted to get him involved to help influence the election.
That's wild.
Right. The guy's different, man. And then you have his counterpart, I Show Speed.
Yes,
right?
Shout out to I Show Speed. He was in Jamaica a couple months ago, and he tore apart Jamaica. Like, he's put Jamaica in a frenzy, which was super cool.
Man, was big things, man. And in fact, I Show Speed... Right, Speed has done so much in the past 5 years.
Yeah,
right? I don't even think he realizes what he did as a young streamer.
The impact,
right?
Yeah.
Like you look at it, like he lived an anime lifestyle. The anime lifestyle where the kids go out there and they beat the big boss.
Yeah.
Right. He lived the anime lifestyle. He was floating around like Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. I kid you not. This guy is freaking like he's everywhere. Like Speed was streaming on a tour through Africa, right? And everyone in Africa showed him so much love just from being there.
Anywhere he goes,
everywhere he goes, right? They turned around and they said the rhetoric of this man went to Africa and showed that the African people love people from the U.S. Right,
not the contrary.
That's the stereotype of Africans don't mess with Americans and Americans don't mess with Africans. No, right? Speed went over there and said, "Nah, we love you guys. What you talking about? They tell us not to. We don't know what's going on. Right? They're trying to keep us." When he went through Europe, I still remember the guy. Oh, when he went through Europe, the amount of racism he felt in Europe.
It was intense.
Right.
Well, the kid is so influential. Like the team that he rolls around with, it's just insane. And like he had such an impact on FIFA. I believe Ronaldo is one of his big best friends. Like they roll tight. He's on the cover.
Ronaldo didn't like him for a while either. Ronaldo didn't like him for a while.
But then they became quaint, and then he's also on the cover of the EA Sports, the FIFA soccer game, which is a phenomenal, famous game for decades. Everyone loves FIFA, the soccer game. And he's on the cover of that. And then, he performed at the finals. Yeah. He performed his famous song. What's the name of his song? Something about World Cup, the World Cup song. Right. He performed that, and then now he's rapping. He's got songs all over the internet, and like, I Show Speed is his own economy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's what you're seeing right now, man. Is being the owner of your own content. That's the biggest thing, right? So when you sit back and you watch a person like you say a LeBron, who the president of the NBA says, we need to have him make a decision so we can make the schedule.
Yeah, they couldn't make
Right.
the schedule until he decided what team he wanted to join for the next year or so. That's how
Right.
huge LeBron James is.
Kai Cenat, who presidential candidates were wanting to be on his stream so they can help influence a nation.
Politics.
Politics. I show speed, who you turn around and nobody even realizes it. He probably was one of the main factors that exposed the racism in certain countries.
100%. Like
Right.
it was so big. Like even during the World Cup that just wrapped up across Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. Like at those Argentina games, there was Argentinian fans saying racial slurs to him, and it's just like, you know, shout out to him for, you know, just letting it roll off his
Being
shoulder.
the bigger
and
person.
Exactly, because it's like
Man.
when you're in that position, people are going to throw stones, but he just showed how much bigger he was in that situation than racist fans. But yeah,
Yep.
the kid's huge.
Man, dude, the thing, and that's what you have to do. Understand? It's like in this world, if you're going to give your content to somebody, own the content, right? You know, I think Winnie the Pooh had that for years, where Disney leased Winnie the Pooh. All right, they never really owned Winnie the Pooh; they just leased it. You know, but you got to own that content. That's yours. Prince was big on that. All right, owning your masters. Jay-Z big on that. Right, huge. Right, these are the things that people try to tell you on how to become what you want to become.
Exactly, own who you are. And speaking of content, speaking of streaming, and speaking of you know, platforms and social media, do remember, subscribe and like our channel. Hit us up on
Right.
YouTube, Apple Podcasts,
And everything
And-
else.
IG,
Right.
Instagram. You know what it is.
Right. The thing about it is that, guys, a lot of those likes, if you subscribe, this helps us create more content. We put a lot of work into this, right? And we want you to be a part of our journey, as well as we want to be able to inspire you on yours. So please subscribe or like, whichever one. If you find content,
Subscribe.
that's it. Big things, big things, big things. All right. On to the next thing right here. We are still looking at our 1% challenge. Every single day, get 1% better. 1%
Yeah, let
better.
me break it down. So Varski and I, we started this 1% challenge. Be 1% better than you were yesterday, every day for 180 days. And basically how it works, it's like you pick one thing, you know, whatever you want to improve on, whether it's your money, it's your body, your craft, your mindset, whatever business, one challenge, one focus, and it's not in total volume. You just do the 1% today, you know, and every single day you just focusing on doing one thing better. So whether it's like writing one page, you know, doing one rep, you know, making one phone call, you know, or saving $1, just little small increments that you show the progress over the 180 days, like the 3 to 4 months. And what we want you to do is to post the proof. You know, if you hit us up on our Threads page on IG, you know, you could drop it on Threads. It's like hashtag Power Up Challenge. You just put that tag in there. Hit us up on IGs at Varski and Monze podcast, and we'll repost all the real ones, all the people that show the progress, and that's the Varski and Monze 1% challenge. So we're challenging everybody out there who's dedicated to being 1% better every single day, because that's the motivation that we're on. Just chime in, hit us up on Threads. That's what it is.
Yeah, check in, do the power up, check in. Check in, do the power up, power up. Check in, do the power up, check in. Check in, do the power up, check in.
So once
That's
again,
what it
that is the 1% better challenge, brought to you by the Power Up podcast by Varski and Monze. Again, jump in. 1% better. You don't need to take the whole cake, just a piece. All right? 1% better each day, right? Incrementally better throughout the year, right? It's a lifestyle change. That's all we're trying to do.
Motivate the people out there.
Motivate the people out there. One thing I'm starting to understand, though, and again, right, I'm starting to understand a lot more as time goes along when it comes to just getting incrementally better, because I'm starting to feel as if, though, like just figuring out how life works. I've never seen so many different things trying to like almost like disrupt our vibe for understanding and growth. Right? I don't know if you see it's just the weird. To me, it's the weirdest situation, right? Because I don't even know what to believe anymore. I see people out there, they're posting, this is what, first and foremost, no one should be telling everybody how somebody's supposed to be, right? But you always see that, women tell men this is what a real man is. Men tell women this is what a real woman is, right? And I'm starting to understand, like, it's as long as that divide is there, right? There's no foundation. I don't know. You tell me about that. I'm seeing something weird.
Yeah, like it's kind of like traditional values versus trending values. So like there's kind of like old school rules, like your parents were brought up under these kind of, traditions and stuff like that, and they kind of pass it down to you, or, our family traditions, and you kind of like follow in that role. But then, with the incline of social media, the scrolling, people getting their information from online, you also have trending values. So it's kind of a thing that people want to have their own identity, be themselves, and carve their own path. So it's like traditional values, the way that my parents showed me, or people, or my family usually did it, or social trending values, like, I'm into this now. We don't do it like this. This is what I feel comfortable doing. Should I do it like that? So it does make a lot of sense what you're saying. People are kind of confused because there's so much information out there, and it's like, which road do I travel? Like it's almost like a fork in the road. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? So it's interesting from that perspective.
It's interesting because it's like, to me, a lot of it just seems very basic. Like, you care about each other, right? But I understand now that like social media has such a powerful influence of everybody. Like the comparison life chart is huge. Right?
Yeah.
You could have everything in the world right now going for you, and you will look at it and throw it away based upon what somebody else's life is.
Yeah,
right?
just like something you've seen scrolling.
Right. And now my feed is consistent of, a woman is supposed to do this, a woman is supposed to do that, and a woman is supposed to do this. And I'm like, well, I don't understand where this is coming from. Right. Probably you get into an argument with somebody, all of a sudden there it is, the algorithm is disrupted, and you hear something, you Google something, and that's what's popping up. I don't get it, because like, to me right now, I think these are the things that are disrupting like the values that we have. There's no way to create new values because the old ones are being destroyed. Right?
I agree, but what I personally feel is a big factor to all this like discombobulation and confusion. It's the price. It's the prices. It's the inflation. It's the cost of like the small things. Like in the last 2 to 5 years, the prices for the simplest things have went up, and not everybody's income have went up. So I think people are feeling the crunch. People are feeling the pressure. Also with comparing themselves to, keeping up with the Joneses. That's a huge syndrome. This person has a new pair of shoes. I need a new pair of shoes. This person has an outfit. I need an outfit. Like just to stay in that trend. Like, people, I know from, I can't talk too much about it, but I know from a female aspect, females compete with each other in terms of the looks, the attention, the style, the just various things that men don't exactly compete against each other with. Like, for men are pretty simple from what I know. Like, we like getting money, we like attracting the opposite sex or a partner and entertaining them, and having that influence, having that being someone that is a shoulder to lean on. Men like being a strong force in society, someone that could be trusted, right? But at the same time, it's still competitive. And when it's so tight out there and it's crunch time and the prices are going up like crazy and you got to take care of this bill, that bill, this, that, it's like, it's almost like the bills don't even stop. As soon as you pay one, another one comes. As soon as you pay this, another one comes. And I've heard about it over the years, like the North American lifestyle. American lifestyle is just bills on bills on bills, and it feels like you could never make enough money. So I think that pressure adds to the weight of thing, and being post-COVID and, politically out there right now has caused a lot of prices to be astronomical and unethical. Like you look at gas prices, you look at food prices, plus you still got to deal with the basics. And then if you have like people dependents, you have people that you're taking care of, the prices for those things go up, and it's very, very stressful. So people are like trying to do all these innovative things, doing the good, the bad, the ugly, anything they could think of to make more income to just keep up and still look cool.
You know what? I understand that. That's a great take on that. You know what I'm going to call, what I feel a lot of that, though, is, though? Distractions.
Yeah, there's a lot of distractions out there, for sure.
And I'm going to tell you why. Y'all forgive me. We are not responsible for anything that Varski says right now.
Yes, this is for educational purposes.
For purposes
only. Yeah,
right.
Entertainment purpose, yes.
What if, like, to me, I'm looking at it as like, there's got to be something else more to this. Because if you think about it, this is a global pandemic, global epidemic, right? So why is it when things were harder back in the 30s and 40s between black people, right? Their family bonds was a lot bigger, stronger than it was before, right? No matter what took place. And you had times when you literally the husband would leave the house, right? And you don't know whether or not he's coming home, right?
Yeah,
that's just the mindset, just the mindset of everything that was going on.
Exactly.
Right? So my question is this, like, what if this is all something that has been implemented years prior, right? Like, for instance, right, let's say, all right, one of the biggest things they said was, one of the things that they want to do is get both parents out of the homes and let the institutions raise the kids, right?
Yeah.
So boom, both parents out of the homes, institutions raise the kids. That means I could teach you whatever I need you to teach, and then I can start to separate you between who you are. All right, well, you know what? You are black, your life is going to be this way. You are white, you're meant to be this way. But then you know what? As the black people start to flourish, let's say, okay, you know what? Boom. All right, we're going to give you, because you guys have your nuclear household set up, right? We're going to give you government assistance because, you're a strong, independent woman. And, you shouldn't have to rely on man for anything. You just have to be able to get him out of the house, right? And don't even worry about it because guess what? Us women, we stick together. The government will help you out. We got to get rid of the man. Right? Well, hold on a second. What is the black man owned to actually control the woman? We're not going to get into that one. That's another conversation for a different situation. All right? Keep the ball rolling, right? All of a sudden now, there's these unrealistic expectations. There's no dads, no nothing. You got a whole society raised by one human being, one parent, right? And regardless of what anybody else says, I even told my mom this, Mom, you can't teach me how to be a man. You could teach me how to be a good human being.
Yeah,
right.
But you need a male
role model to show me exactly what I'm going to expect as a black man growing up in this world, as a man growing up in this world. Period. Black, white, Hispanic, anything. Even if you notice a lot of even the Hispanic, the Latino cultures, right? When they grow up with their dads, they're a little bit different, right? It's that vibe. So you see the culture, you see everything set up, right? Fast forward, now that the men are out of the homes and now these kids are being raised, they're taught, especially men, are taught to be emotional. Their responses to things and situations and hard times is emotional, right? So now, instead of just reacting regular, we react with violence. Right? We react with violence now because why? You know what? We don't know how to manage those emotions. And
Yeah,
men
it's a fine line, and that's why you see the incline in mental health cases, like with the stress, because like in the past, like the men would never speak about their issues. It was just like, you hang out with your buddies, you'd have a couple drinks, they get drunk, they forget about it. Tomorrow's another day, but that's not effective. That just creates like a toxic culture.
But then you're in a society, and even that, when I think Jay-Z spoke about this one time, you're not taught how to deal with your emotions, which is now why you react, right? You react anger. I look at you, you get mad. Why are you looking at me? Well, that's not a masculine response. That's a response of emotion, right? A misplaced emotion. Oh, you think I'm looking at you? You feel vulnerable with me looking at you. Boom. So guess what now? Years later.
They're ready to fight. Yeah.
Right? They're ready to fight. But now years later, guess what? Right? Now you got a society of men and women who, these men ain't nothing. You know what? These women treat men like this. Right? Oh, you know what? She's a gold digger. She's going to be doing this. Men just want to be this and they want to be dogs and everything else like that. You pit them against each other. Like, look, even when it came down to it, something simple like the Black Lives Matter movement, right? Once you went into that realm and somebody said out loud, hey, look, who do you think struggle more, black men or black women? Oh, there goes the movement. Everything's gone.
So no,
right?
that's a very valid point, how you're breaking it down, because it's like, are we programmed? Right. Are these things put in place by institutions to influence us?
Let me cook. I got us. We gonna get there. Let me cook. Right. Because that's what I'm starting to think about right now. When it comes down to those things, all of a sudden now, all this has been put into play for us to be separated. All right. All of a sudden, here comes now. Oh, let me give you this Oculus helmet so you can customize your gaming experience, so you can see what's going on. Let me give you this VR headset so you can customize the gaming that you play, so you can feel like you're a part of the game. All right,
sedation,
now, right. So now here we are in this world where this is over here, but now we're still not there yet. All of a sudden now, here's AI. This is my buddy. This is my friend. This is my therapist. This is my financial advisor. This guy knows everything about me. This thing knows everything about me, but now guess what? Guess what else you have now? Now you have avatars that are being created to go inside of these helmets, and you could say, "Oh, log in with your AI profile." All right, this thing that knows everything about you, right? And you can create your customized avatar. All right. So now here comes COVID. All right, COVID now. All we do now is sit around people that we've known for years. But because we were at work most of the time, right? Because everyone was doing their own thing. Everyone was out there making money.
You don't know how to interact with these people. You spend too much time with them.
Because you were separated from them from 30, 40, 50 years ago. You weren't taught how to coincide with each other anymore. You were taught how to work and show up and be there. Right? Oh, let's spend 8 hours together. Okay, let's sleep and have sex and do whatever and make more kids that somebody else is going to raise. So guess what? COVID comes. Now you're stuck with the people that you've been married to for 5, 6 years and you have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
Right? Because you never saw them in their hard times. You never saw them in their worst. Right? You were told that this is how they were supposed to be. And all of that went out the window. We reached an apocalypse.
Pretty much. And now this is post-apocalypse, right?
Right. So now, here you are in a world where AI knows everything about you. AI can create an avatar for you. Now you can put yourself into a place where I don't have to see anything that's going on out here. I can feel comfort with everything and have this do whatever I wanted to do. Right? I don't need you anymore. Right?
Yeah.
And now that we don't have unity anymore, guess what happens? It's easier to control.
Well, it's because there's separation. Like,
right.
that's how it worked. Like you look at black culture, black communities, divide and conquer. So now it's
Right.
like a humanity thing. So
Right.
okay, divide and conquer using the technology. So it's almost like on a grander scale of things, it's being implemented on a bigger scale.
Right.
People aren't depending on each other; they're depending on, software, technology.
But that's what goes back to your previous statement. I heard everything. Are we programmed? Yeah, I think we've reached that climate, right? We're in that climate now. I think everyone's programmed right now because I've actually sat back and had conversations, and people will quote ChatGPT like they are talking to God.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And it's not just are we programmed. I think humanity has been generationally programmed. It's not just our generation. It's like, the boomers have been programmed. Generation X has been programmed.
Of
Millennials
course,
have
man.
been programmed. Zennials, Generation Z, Alpha, Beta, we're all programmed. Because we all depend on technology to help us navigate through all of this, right?
And that's the issue that comes into play there, right? Because as you're in that side of that programming, you don't really understand that you're not making your decision. This decision is being made for you way before you even think about it.
Preconceived.
So when you sit here and it's like, all right, now, I talked to somebody the other day, all right, and as they're talking, a YouTube song comes on, and the first words they say to me is, I was walking out of my apartment and I saw a bear. I'm like, oh my God, this is a joke. this is like I've seen this video before. This is crazy, right? But this is where we are right now. Nothing feels real.
Yeah, it's a huge simulation. Like speaking of that, like that's a great point. Like I want people who are watching and listening to this podcast. This is a crazy episode. We want people to chime in, comment, and let us know how you feel about the current way of society with all this technology and all this social media. Like, let us know how you feel. Chime in, let us know. Because
we want real thoughts too.
Yeah, we have our opinion and we have our thoughts. We have the Varski and Monze, approach to it. But there's nothing like getting more interaction and reaction based off of like today's constraints.
Right?
It's wild.
Again, and if you're gonna do that, let's keep it fair. This is a community we're trying to build of peaceful understanding, great thinkers. Right? We're here to solve issues, not create them. Right. We don't need people telling everybody they look stupid, they sound stupid, because honestly, if you found out the truth, if every truth was to be told, there'd be no peace.
Just your point of view. Just your point of view about the current state of things, like with technology influencing everything, the inflation, the extreme prices, like, food. You gotta. What do I pay? Do I pay my bills, the food, the fuel? Is AI going to take my job? Like the stresses, the mental health, like weigh in on it. Let us know how you feel.
Right, man. So that's just me. That's my perspective of a lot of it. Right. We're very big on speaking the alternative text. Right. We know everything is negative. Let's take the negative, turn it into a positive. Right.
Yes.
Like I've been hearing somebody tell me about, there's a guy out there who does the same thing, speaks on the same thing. New artist by the name of Larry June. Cuzzo,
Yes, I actually like Larry June. I'm a big fan of Larry June. He's from the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, and so it's kind of like a West Coast vibe, smooth, laid back, and he's been popping for a minute. And what I like about Larry, he's always dropping jewels. He's always dropping gems. Like he has dope ass beats. He has a laid back style, but he's always talking about the organic, doing it naturally, taking care of your body, taking care of your health, taking care of your relationships, investing, strategizing, how to stretch your dollar, how to make more money when you're sleeping. Like, so I like that perspective because in the last like 10 years, other than like Nipsey Hussle and Larry June, and there's a couple others, there's not a lot of artists coming out that's not talking about, sex, drugs, and violence. Like, I like these dudes because they're teaching you how to grow. They're teaching you how to build. So definitely, if you haven't heard of Larry June, he just dropped a new album a couple weeks back. I have it on rotation. It's called Who Coppin'. There's definitely a lot of gems on that. And check out his catalog. He actually put out a dope-ass album in 2025 with The Alchemist and 2 Chainz, and that was a dope-ass album. And the cool thing about Larry June, he's not necessarily a pop mainstream hip-hop artist. He's an organic artist. He's just, doing his own thing. People who dig what he's doing, they're on that vibe, and that's his whole style. So check it out. Some good shit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is dope. On that note, I think that's the end of the show, cuzzo.
Yeah, well, definitely. Man, that show went by real quick, but
Hold on.
as a favor to us, join us on the journey. Definitely subscribe on YouTube, because when you subscribe on YouTube, you can see when we drop a new episode on a weekly basis. You can see our shorts popping up, and you get the indication something news going on, and we appreciate that, man. Follow us on IG, hit us up on Apple Podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio. If you the link just above right here, click that, and it gives you all of our platforms on TikTok, everywhere, and just keep in touch. Comment, like, share, subscribe. If we said too much too quickly, save it and watch it again later.
On that note, once again, I am Varski, that is Monze, and we are out.
Varski and Monze.